What is going on, everyone? Today, we are going to be looking at my main 6 roster tier 4 ARK passives and giving my opinions of them. I was going to make an all-class overview, but unfortunately, Memorizer made one. As I was planning the video, I saw that video and I was like, oh no, what do I do? But also, fortunately, I think it's better this way, as I have a lot more experience on my main 6. So, we will only focus on Arcanist, Shadowhunter, Striker, Deathblade, Berserker, and Souleater. Also, as a bonus, I will talk about the 3 supports as well. If you are enjoying the tier 4 content and want to see more, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And now, on to the video. So this is the tier 4 ARK passives Google Sheet, and thank you to all these helpers. We're going to be looking at the information that they all provided for us today. So, okay, I don't know what the hell this is. Let's move on here. Okay, so we'll skip evolution tree. This is just a bunch of stats, but we're here for the ARK passives. So the way to read this is the things on the side are in here, the gray nodes. They're neutral, so they have no requirements to use outside of having the tier and points available. However, if you stick with the blue column, you have to stick all the way with the blue column. Meanwhile, if you want to go for the red column, you're going to have to go all the way down with the red column. You can't mix and match blue and red. Okay? So now let's get started. Starting with Berserker. So Berserker's technique seems to be winning in tier 4, where you're able to use Fury Consumption. I believe it's right here. Yep. That spends some of your Fury for insane additional damage. Like, wow. Super simple and big damage increase. That's what I like to see. Unfortunately, no new skill, but you can't have it all. So we can take a look at this video example over here. And we're gonna skip past. But yeah, not really comfortable with BT per se. I've seen gameplay about it, but I'm mostly a Mayhem player. But this might convince me otherwise. So basically what they're using is getting rid of the Fury meter based on whatever skills they're using, and then they just do massive damage. You can see here he's doing some incredible damage over here. But yeah, if this is up your alley, go for Berserker's technique. Anyway, moving on. Mayhem. Oh, please, Mayhem be good, but Mayhem is smoj as always. I believe Mayhem is one of the biggest losers I have seen in this entire list. Not only do they have Red Dust Jail, but now they have something called Rush Jail. It seems like Smilegate loves putting the letter R in some of their worst ideas. The idea of Rush is when you use your spacebar, or in this case a movement skill, you get a buff. And this stacks up to 4 times. That's it. Wow. So, really, you have to constantly spam your spacebar? Like, what is this, Pistolier Deadeye? I don't like this, honestly. But what can you do? That's just what Smilegate decided to do. Let's just move on. I'm a little sad about Berserker here. Paladin. So we're going to go all the way down to Paladin over here. And oh boy, the amount of times the DPS Paladin video was being shared. Please God, no. So Judgment. Knight of God. So Piety meter is always at max. So they took away DPS Paladin's only weakness in tier 3, which was being unable to fill up the Piety meter, as reliably. But according to this, I guess they just really want DPS Paladin to exist. I mean, on top of some crit hits, you get even a synergy for yourself, a Glavier's synergy. And then you get something called Zeal, where you get additional crit damages that stacks 4 times. Really, I almost said Riot. Wait, really, Riot? Like, come on. Like, I mean, nothing else much to say about that. I still don't want to see this in my lobby, honestly. So let's move on to Blessed Aura, the real Giga Chad over here. So in tier 4, they get something called Deepened Faith, which increases their Blessed Aura size by up to 30%. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's great and all, you know, but it kind of pales in comparison to Judgment. Like, I mean, look at how much text there is here versus here. Like, what is this? It's like 10 words, right? Also, like, aura size, I don't think that was much of an issue. But here, I think this is a pretty good one. Restore 70% of remaining gauge when you turn off Blessed Aura manually. That seems good to me, no? I mean, you just wait barely until the time runs out, and then you manually turn it off for the 70% refund, and then you just stack your stuff, and then you'll just constantly be spamming Blessed Auras. I think that's kind of the idea here, right? Now, on top of that, whenever you're using Blessed Aura, it looks like you brand your enemies automatically, so you don't have to use your brand skill and then Blessed Aura, right? It's just all in one. So overall, I think pretty cool QL change. Now, do I think Paladin's just going to be absolutely insane here? No. I think, you know, support should be a little bit upset about this. Especially the main. Anyway, moving on to Arcanist. So one of my higher eye level mains. She will definitely be one of, you know, the users that go into tier 4 as soon as possible. And we'll start off with Empress. So Empress's Whisper. All right, so for Empress, it looks like you get some additional damage and, you know, cooldown on stacking skills. That's all great and stuff. But you also get attack speed, 8%? Yo, are there any mass increase enjoyers? Hello? Or even if not mass increase, Empress Arcana is going to feel much smoother to play. I think this is a great QOL change. And then they also get something called Knight of Empress, which, you know, just seems like a Emperor card. So, you know, extra damage there. Cool. Overall win for Empress. And we can kind of take a look here about what it looks like. The stacking skills? Oh, 314 mil? Okay. Is that not just the most broken thing I've ever seen? Holy crap. Yeah, I think Empress kind of wins here, don't they? Okay. Well, moving on to Emperor. So this is the actual spec that I use. So I hope, you know, Emperor is also good. Let's check here. Another Emperor. 20% chance to proc Emperor when using another card. Okay. That's decent, I guess. I wonder if there's also a separate Emperor card along with it so you can get multiple spans of Emperor. Or even better, you use Emperor and it procs another Emperor. That would be pretty cool, huh? Other than that, it seems a little lackluster. We kind of check it out. This is a minute long, so can we find the Emperor card? Okay. Oh, wait, you can kind of... Let's see here. Come on, where's this? Come on, it's a 20% chance. Okay, he's getting a lot of Emperor cards, though. So it's kind of hard to tell. I think I saw it just now. So yeah, every 20% chance, yeah, you're gonna just see Emperor cards. There's just flashing white numerous times. Yeah, okay. I think Emperor damage gem stocks have just gone through. If your Emperor damage gem is not level 10, let's get that up to level 10 ASAP. Especially me. Mine's at level 9, so I think, judging by this, I'm gonna have to push it to level 10. Overall, I think kind of lackluster, you know? It gives extra damage stuff, but, you know, nothing kind of cool that happened here. Just okay. Anyway, let's continue on to Bard. The Desperate Salvation, the good engraving. Let's see what Smilegate cooked up for the Bards. Forest Serenade gives a max bubble. It's up to now 4. Okay, now that sounds pretty good. I think this is a nice QOL change. One of the complaints for Bards was that, you know, they were kind of all or nothing. Are you gonna heal or are you gonna buff? I think this helps a lot more to be a bit more flexible. Because, you know, you can't use a 4-bubble Serenade. I mean, that would have been awesome, you know, seeing how big your damage increase could be. But I kind of understand they want things to be a little bit more flexible and similar to artists. And then similar to the Paladin, it looks like every time you cast Serenade of Courage, you will be able to brand at the same time. Amazing. I think overall, very nice change. Can't wait to see the bards. Okay. The True Courage. Him the Tempest. So again, please, I don't want to see any DPS supports in my games. I mean, this already looks like crap, right? Like, I mean, okay, maybe in the beginning for fun, you know, you can play your DPS support, haha, get your ha-has, you know, show your videos of you doing damage, and then haha, very cool, right? You beat some mediocre players, and then you face actually good DPS, and then you realize, yeah, okay, support is not meant to DPS. Duh. Okay? That's when you should switch. Anyway. This just looks like another skill. And, I mean, it's so short and it doesn't really tell you much about it other than the fact that you gotta use Serenade of Courage to be able to use it. So, looks bad. Honestly, I think you'd rather play DPS Paladin over DPS Bard if you were to pick a DPS support. Moving on to Striker. So Esoteric Flurry. I've done Esoteric Flurry before. So it looks like you get more gauge, 20%. It looks like you get some damage and attack speed on your next esoteric skill after using another esoteric skill. Okay, wow. Amazing job, Smilegate. Now I have to quickly spam all of my esoteric skills within a 5-second window. Is that what I'm understanding? Like, if so, you really can't make this up. Striker is in a really bad spot, and you're just putting more chains on the class. Let's see if Deathblow has anything, you know, cooking. But honestly, I'm a little scared to see this one after what I just read for Esoteric. Blessing of Beads. So our esoteric skill damage is nerfed, but to compensate, our esoteric skills are reset when using. Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, we can technically only need 2 esoteric skills like Lightning Tiger Strike and Tiger Emerges, right? You use Lightning Tiger Strike, and then Tiger Emerges is up. You use Tiger Emerges, then Lightning Striker is up, right? So you only need 2. And I'm kind of down for that. I absolutely hate Blast Formation. But this really doesn't seem comparable to the other ARK passives. And it's kind of a letdown, in my opinion. You know, because it's a bad class, only met with a bad ARK passive. And this second part here is crazy too. 16 elemental orbs needed for only the next esoteric skill to get a damage buff. It can't even give like a damage buff for like the next 4 esoteric skills. Like you had to use 4. Why not use another 4, right? It's 4 to 1, 4 to 1, 4 to 1. Now, I don't know. I mean, 80% seems very high. Don't get me wrong, right? If I'm hitting Lightning Tiger Strike and it hits a bill, then congratulations. Like, okay, cool. We're cool. Now, I'm going to hold the phone for a little bit. There's actually a video example here, I guess, we can look at. Okay, so yeah, this guy is also using only 2 esoteric skills. The rest are just gauge. And I have no idea how to read this. But, okay. That is very interesting. I'm just going to have to test it myself. What can I say? But I will say, it is a little bit of a letdown. Yeah, I don't want to look at this anymore. Kind of makes me sad, and let's hope for some happier news here. We're going to move on to the Deathblade. Okay, the big bad Deathblade. Let's see how this goes. I will say, I have seen Zeal's Ambitions doing nearly 2 billion damage per surge. Okay, anyway, let's see here. Sword energy compression. After surge skill use, it gives surge skill damage for 60 seconds and has max 3 stacks. What the heck? Okay, hold the phone. Hold the goddamn phone. So you're saying if you're doing 3 surges in 60 seconds, which is doable by most Deathblades, by the way, you know, if you're one of the better Deathblades in the game, this is absolutely huge. As long as you can hit that 3rd surge in 60 seconds, it looks like every surge after that is 3 times 12, 36% extra damage. I really hope I'm wrong interpreting this, but I'm probably not. Surge is the golden child for Smilegate. Good for you, Surge. All right, remaining energy. I've seen some gameplay about this extreme physical activity. But it looks like, you know, it's a new surge skill animation. And it also is a back attack no matter what. Now, before we judge, let's take a look at this video. I'll start Invin here. All right. You're going to show us? Okay, it did. So, yeah, so that's the new animation. And it looks like, yeah, you can just glide through the boss from the back, or sorry, the front, and it's considered a back attack. That, yeah. Kind of seems broken. Not gonna lie. Another win for Surge, I guess. Or sorry, Deathblades in general, I guess. Yeah, that seems insane. Nothing else much to say about that. Let's just move on, you know, like immediately after seeing Striker to this, let's just move on to Shadowhunter. Please be good. Demonic Impulse needs so much love here, so it looks like Blood Piercing is a new skill on the X key. And this can be used when you get 100 stacks, Chaos Shard stacks, which happens at every demon skill hit. Okay, so it's a stacking skill, and apparently will do some big damage, right? Up to 140%. That's a pretty high number. I'm curious how long it takes to stack this. So let's take a look at this video. Okay, so this is Johnny World. Okay, so that's that. I guess that was that. What? That only did 38 mil, right? I mean, it wasn't critting, but what? 31 mil? That seems really bad. Keep watching here. Maybe he'll show it again. Oh, okay. I can see the gauge right on the top, the right side. Oh my goodness, this is stacking way too. Nah, dude. This is way too slow. Come on, really? He still hasn't finished. This is useless. And it doesn't even do a lot of damage. Okay, let's see if he pops it again here. Come on. Pop it. I know you want to. Come on, pop it. It looks like it's full. Full stacked. Wait. Not messing around, sir. Come on. Okay, now that's the Awakening. That's A, that's S, 63 mil. 14, 13. Moving on. Perfect Suppression. Storm Grinding is also a new skill on the X key. Can be used when you have at least 20% Shadow Burst meter. Okay. This looks really confusing here, but if I'm following this correctly, basically once you use 3 skills, you now have unlimited meter. That's pretty cool, I guess. I guess we'll check this video out. Okay, so I guess that was the X skill, the new X skill, but that's about it. They don't share anything really about the stacks and whatnot. Yeah, that was kind of a bad video, to be honest, and showed nothing about any of this. It only showed this. So PS Shadowhunter mains, you know, let me know in the comments what is up. I want to know. Maybe I need to switch, because yeah, this one I don't even want to think about it. Okay, Souleater, my saving grace, please. Okay, I've been a little bit disappointed so far. So Souleater, Full Moon Harvester, let's go. Max Soul Stones is now 4. Okay, so I admit I already watched Zeal's Ambitions clips, and he was doing 1 billion damage per enhanced ping skill. Like, man, I need to get to that point ASAP. What a dopamine rush. But yeah, overall, I think this is an amazing change for Soul Eaters. And it feels right, since we do have 2 Vestige charges. You can, I guess, use a double guillotine, but I would have to test what would be the most effective method. Trying to get out of the kind of full Deathlord mode to stack again, or, you know, wait for that guillotine. Most likely, I think just to spam all of your skills, use the 2 Vestige, seems to be the better call, at least up front. So overall, great change. Happy about this. Knight's Edge. So this was what I played in the beginning. It looks like this Soul Execution is a new skill on the Z key. After getting 10 stacks of Soul Collection. And to get Soul Collection, you need to hit the gassed skills. These are the purple skills, or like the grayish looking skills that are in Soul Snatch mode. And you can't confuse it, because in Soul Snatch mode, you can only use gas skills, I believe. Yeah. Or, can you? I don't know, I think you can use some of the Stygian skills. My bad. Use the gray skills. You need to stack 10 of those. Okay, that seems pretty cool, but before I comment, let me watch this video. So, this is the Knight's Edge new skill. 2-second video, that's it. Okay. It looks cool, but I mean, these videos are kind of bad, honestly. It's going to be nice to try this out though, eventually. I'm super excited for my Soul Eater. Okay. Moving on. And I believe this is the final class. Artiste. Full Bloom. Give me something good here. You can cast 1 Harmony Orb Moonfalls. Wow. Okay. So this is really interesting considering the bar changes. So now Artist develops even further and is able to use single orb moonfalls, and it doesn't impact their, you know, damage increase. Like, wow. That's really insane. Artist Moonfall uptime about to go to the moon. Get it? Moonfall? Sorry. Anyway, you know, they also get the same thing as the Bards and Paladins in terms of brand. So I guess this was just a QL change for supports, just for everybody, which I think is nice. You know, as I said before, using brand skill and then having to Moonfall, it kind of desyncs things. So, perfect. Okay, Recurrence. So again, I don't want this in my party finder, but we have to entertain it. It is called Rising Moon. So you summon a moon marble that explodes after 60 seconds. But you can trigger it using Moonfall. Okay. Let's see this video. Okay, wait. It's not a video. But is it this? Are these balls? Oh my goodness. Okay, so actually that kind of looks fun, right? You put out the balls, and yeah, it reminds me of the Naruto. Is it Deidara? It reminds me of like casting the balls and just exploding them. That looks kind of fun. But again, yeah, get that out of my lobby. I don't want to see that in my lobbies. But yeah, anyway, that was all of my 6 mains, as well as the 3 supports, for a total of 9 classes that I reviewed. Overall, I think some of the classes just got absolutely the worst end of the stick. You know, cough cough, Berserker, Mayhem, and Striker, like what the heck. And these are the classes that actually needed those good changes. So it's very strange that Smilegate, you know, decided to make the bad classes even worse. And then there are the classes that are strong already, and I predict they're going to be even more insane with tier 4 ARK passives. Cough cough, Deathblade, Souleater, right? Anyway, it's going to be exciting for sure. And yeah, and I can't wait for all of us to try out the tier 4 ARC passives. But anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe for more tier 4 videos like this one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.